Hey girl, he is risen. It's almost Easter. Are you ready?
Very angel devil tonight. We are really just playing it up.
Yeah, one of us will tell you good life choices to make, and the other one will. That's a complete lie. We're both gonna tell you how to lean into sin and depravity.
Absolutely.
But
And
we're
you know
really
what?
nice once you get to know us.
But we're so fun at parties.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, how are you? You're looking ravishing. You're looking like spring just threw up everywhere.
Spring has sprung, and I
Give
do.
us a
Yeah,
give us a stand. Have a stand.
give us a stand, girl. You haven't asked me to give you a stand in quite some time.
I surely haven't.
So this is a nice fit and flare retro situation. It's got a little bit of pleating. It's not exactly a box pleat or a knife pleat. It's sort of an irregular gathering around the waistline, and there's a little
An irregular gathering is also a great drag name.
yes, and I like the little missing thread, kind of lace going on. It's very subtle detail around the waistband. And then it's got this more dramatic lace that goes across the bust line and the hem of the sleeves and the skirt.
I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that pull through though.
Yeah. Hold on, my cord is stuck on my trash can. There we go.
Love it.
When you're trying to be elegant, but your headphones are stuck on your trash can, am I right, ladies?
We've all been there.
Garden party gloves, and of course there's pockets because I got this from eShakti. And no, I'm not doing a commercial for them, but frankly, I'm upset that they haven't sponsored Covered Dish for 2 years now.
They have been the unofficial sponsor.
This whole time.
Yes, you've been their sponsor financially.
Yeah. And then I have these nice little demi-parure. If you're familiar with that term, you costume jewelers at home.
Say it again.
Demi-parure. It's an incomplete set of jewelry, so a full parure is like a brooch, a necklace, a bracelet, maybe some earrings, along with maybe a ring. A demi is just like 3 pieces, just a sensible earrings and necklace.
How do you spell that?
Parure. Let me give you a tip. You folks at home, if you like a little vintage brooch or a Juliana or something, you go to Etsy.com. You go to the search bar and you search for Parure, and then you in the filters you go down and make sure it's only vintage listings, and you will find all kinds of little treasures and nuggets from your great Aunt Edna that nobody wants, and you can pick up for a nice sensible like $15 maybe.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm in the mood to do?
What are you in the mood to do?
I'm in the mood to show you my outfit.
Give us a stand, girl.
No, fair warning, my viewers. It's not a look tonight. So tonight I was racing and was so late. So this is a bodysuit with gym shorts. Let's see if you can really.
Oh, nice. That you were definitely hiking up on purpose. I noticed.
Well, no, because this is high waisted, so it's like awkward because like it's a high waisted bodysuit, so these also have to stay high waisted.
Yeah, I understand.
And then for my shoes, I'm wearing Nike Gold Slides.
Girl, you're fully LA right now. You're like out walking your Chihuahua.
So you really can have it all.
You can.
This is
Chihuahua or perhaps Old English Bulldog.
Girl,
Scholars remain divided.
Scholars can't agree on what I would have if I lived in LA.
Yeah.
Though I do know if I lived in LA, I would probably die from mercury poisoning from all the sushi.
And that is the hill we will die on.
Surely will. Cheers, Queen. What are you drinking tonight?
Cheers, girl. I'm drinking a nice jasmine tea.
Is that the COVID China?
How nice of you to remember. It is the COVID China. I like that this dress is also sort of a China pattern itself. Like, yeah. It tells a cohesive story. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Did you hear what happened to Cousin Merle? Oh! Kill the mothers! Oh.
I played Eliza in high school.
Cousin Merle's doing yoga now, so you know what that means.
she's going straight to hell. The more conservative side of my family was very upset that yoga was becoming trendy because they thought it was anti-Catholic because it's worshiping something other than the Lord God, your Savior, which is a violation of the First Amendment. And that is one of the many reasons I don't talk to that family member.
Personal style. Can I tell you something about personal style, Brooke? When I dress like this around your family, they assume I'm Republican.
Oh, they surely do. And sis. They don't know the word.
No, and then I pull out the tarot cards and they get really terrified.
And they cry.
And they cry.
Personal style for me is really about a bodysuit, gym shorts, and Nike slides with giant hoop earrings and a cougar ring that was $3 in the H&M clearance rack, which I get compliments on every time I wear it still.
Yeah.
It only has one eye left. Can you see?
You know what this outfit tells? I can see. Oh, girl, we need to either get the other one out and get 2 Swarovski crystals and replace the eyes, or we need. Actually, that's option A is the only option. That's what we need to do.
Could we give this one a little eye patch?
Yeah, of course we could. Well, the other option I was going to say is, do you know about diachromism? You know when you have 2 different eye colors?
Oh yeah, we could give it like a blue and a green.
Yeah, that would be really fetch. If I can use a coinage of Gretchen Wieners.
Then a minute.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's interesting because I do find personal style, like I've been reflecting on it, and I do think, depending on my relationship I'm in, sometimes it does feel like a bit of a revolt. And I know I use that word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's some nights where I'm like, no, I'm going to wear this.
Oh, I know what you mean. Because I'm with an older gentleman who does not understand the finer points of burlesque fashion. No,
where does burlesque end and fashion begin?
Oh, where do they begin? Where do they end? It's a Venn diagram that's a perfect circle, because if you're doing burlesque, you are fashion. That's my feeling anyway. Fashion is all about breaking boundaries and like testing the limits and being transgressive, and I feel like that's exactly what burlesque endeavors to do. So, you say I'm wearing a napkin on my chest. I say it's haute couture. Who's to say?
Yeah.
It's all about who made it. How expensive are the fabrics? Did the industry designate it as fashion? Because I feel like more often than not, that's the most important thing about whether something is fashion or not.
So like,
was it designated by an authority as fashion?
Who are the authorities?
All of the boards and the designers and the judges and like whoever's in a position of power. That's who decides.
Got it. So how do you use fashion as a revolt?
Well, I feel like personal style is very close to me. Like it's a deep part interwoven with my history and where I've come from, where I am, and where I'm going. And I feel like not only can an outfit that makes the right outfit can make you feel better, but I also think the right outfit can help you tell a slightly different story. Because, I dress differently when I'm doing burlesque than when I'm on date night, than when I'm hanging out with my family. What I choose to wear will make certain facets of myself shine through more than others. Mm-hmm. And it'll also help me connect with people, but in different ways. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, that acting exercise where you mirror someone else's energy to try to connect with them. I feel like fashion is kind of like that. And also, so the purpose of etiquette is to make other people feel good.
Right?
I think a big misconception about etiquette is that it makes you feel uncomfortable. Because it's like, that's not the grapefruit spoon, that's not the salad fork, you're not doing that right. You're not scooping the soup spoon away from you, like the proper way to eat soup, which you absolutely read me to filth on in a previous episode. Same thing with fashion. I feel like if the message you want to send is, hi, what are the action notes and don't touch me? You wear what Brooke Hardis is wearing. That's like, we're going to go, yeah. Hi, I'm here to see the board. I am the board.
It's me.
Yeah. And, I don't even know. Brooke, what story do you think I'm telling? Because I truly can't figure myself out in this outfit.
You are dressed like you always are which is a way where complete strangers will tell you their darkest secrets.
I love that. I love that. That's exactly what I want for this world. I want to divulge personal secrets with people I barely know, and I want them to just like lean in. Give me the real stuff. Let's go. Let's hear it.
They just come right up to you, and they're just like, "Hello,
hi,
you look stunning."
Thank you.
And I'm not saying they don't agree with you. I do think they mean that. I'm not saying they don't mean it.
Right.
But there's so much they don't say, which is like, I wish I could dress like blank. Not like you.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
But this like energy of something in you, well, I could never do that. It's like, yeah, you fucking can. Yeah, you can. Stop coming up to people who you like are, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, okay, real talk. So I was just talking to my partner about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, living with Eileen, there was a freedom because I knew I would never. I remember one night we went out and I was like, false eyelashes, mini skirt, like bring it. And I was like pretty camped out. Like I was like, this is glam. This is as campy as I get. And you understated and people were just stopping you left and right. And like they always do. And I had this moment and I was processing, I was younger and I was like, oh my God, what a gift. What freedom. I can really do whatever I want when we're out because it doesn't matter because no one's looking at me. But I also know the folks that come up to you, sometimes it's to give you a compliment, but sometimes it's also to like process their weird shit about their insecurities. And they're like, well, I could never wear that. And I'm like, honey, that's not a compliment. Like, do not say that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're so brave.
Well, it doesn't reflect well on you. Like you're so brave doesn't reflect well because it's like, you don't understand what bravery is. You know, like this is not brave. This is just me existing. I made a choice. I put this on and I left the house and it's really not. The other thing that doesn't reflect well on is like, you could be doing this right now. And the only thing that's stopping you is these arbitrary perceived social mores that say we can't stand out too much. We can't make too much of a scene. This doesn't conform with the beauty standards that we're all like. I mean, it affects all of us, right? You know, like the media tells us that we're all like garbage people that can't be anything unless we buy that Revlon lipstick. You know, it's just like it's this machine designed to sell us more and make us feel just bad enough about ourselves that we can still pick up our wallet and go out and buy some makeup.
And I think it's so terrible for queer folks and for women. Especially like I just feel like for those who are already kind of on the edge of marginalization, like our trans folks and our queer folks and our non-binary folks and our trans folks of color, like I feel like it's just like I don't know, I'm like give compliments but also don't make it about you.
Well there is I if I'm reading correctly what you were saying just a moment ago about the oh my God, you look so good. I remember we went out to somewhere in Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale when I was down visiting you last year, and we went to a club, and I was in like a leather mini skirt and like a like a little peasant blousey white silk top, and this woman came up to me in the club and said, "Oh my God, you look so amazing." And what I read from that is like, I'm surprised that you would actually look good because I don't know, because you're trans or who knows what it was. It truly doesn't matter, right? But there was a little bit of a condescension.
Of course, super patronizing.
It was a condescending backhanded compliment. And then she saw that I had a fan, which was like more like a fabric flamenco fan and not so much like a gay clack fan. And she was like, oh my God, I love those fans. Can you just like clack it once for me? I just like the energy of it. I love it. And if you've ever opened a flamenco fan, it is a very delicate, subtle, demure, powerful sound. It is not the megaphone of a gay clack fan. It is the ruffle of the wind against summer leaves. And so I was just like, shh. Was it everything you wanted and more? And she was like, I don't know what language you're speaking right now, and this is not what I expected. So
I'm leaning in. I'm like, I love this story. I was here for this story, and I love it.
Yeah,
I was next to you at the club when this happened, and I'm still like hanging on every word.
I think a lot about that moment when I opened the fan because it was just like, You know what? I am in control of my own story because I'm very much like the class clown. I did things for attention. I did things to sort of like get people's attention and make them laugh in a way of sort of like ingratiating myself to them. And as I grew up, I realized I still like attention. You know, some things never change. I still like attention, but now I feel like this is the real gift of burlesque for me, being in this art form, is that you get to control your own story and find the power in that.
Well, and speaking of attention, I think especially when like, you know, I feel like people think fashion is about attention, and I think you kind of hit it, which is like, no, it's actually for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the spillover out of the cup is the attention. But for some people, it's the attention, and the spillover is the like self-gratification. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it for me because it's so difficult to explain the trans experience sometimes. So like trans people, you know, if they're in trans people watching, you already know. But there is something, sound off in the comments below. There is this thing that happens when you spend so much time not liking what you see in the mirror, and then when you do like what you see in the mirror, you want to see it over and over again. And it's not about like, sometimes it gets framed as narcissism, but it truly is just whatever amount of joy we can experience in this wretched, horrid world. You know what I mean? Like if there's something you can do that shifts you from gender dysphoria to gender euphoria, do it. For me, that's putting on a nice little ombre lip and a like lavender bowl cut and just like heading out. And I will not be detained, restrained, repressed, or I can't crack these out like Alyssa Edwards. I was trying to be like, I won't entertain drama, chaos, confusion, and madness. I can't just crack them out like her, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You've read my blog.
So tell me, girl, where did you get that wig?
Oh, you mean this little shake and go wig on my head?
Oh my God, why is my face like divine? I'm like...
Girl. Okay, so this little haircut right here, all of my haircuts in my life from the age of 22 on have been following the pop star of Swedish fame, Robin. You know about Robin, girl? Mm-hmm. So you may remember in 2011 when she released Call Your Girlfriend, and she had this little fur vest on, and the music video is just one take, her on the dance floor by herself. She literally is dancing by her own, right? On her own. And she's doing all these, like, you know, Call Your Girlfriend. She's in little platform sneakers, and she has a platinum blonde bowl cut. And I think about that moment a lot. So the year was the year of our Lord 2019, and my remember 2019, my stylist had just retired, which, you know, no shame in it. She was like,
devastating time though.
Devastating time. I need to make a career change, and then 2020 happened, so it was just a lot. But anyway, I asked around, and I found a wonderful stylist whom we stand named Cat Monster, who works up in New Albany and has been doing Cherie Blondell's hair for years. And I was like, listen...
Not the Cherie Blondell, best chest in the Midwest.
Of the Midwest Blondells. Yes. Yes, in fact. Not the Martha's Vineyard Blondells, the Midwest Blondells.
Follow her on Instagram. You won't regret it. She's a babe. Cherie Blondell. Look it up. Keep going.
The best Marilyn Monroe impersonator I've ever seen in my entire life.
Hands down.
Yeah. Spitting image. So anyway.
The best Marilyn Monroe impersonator you have ever seen in your entire life. There's everyone. Everyone out there. There's no way.
She's the reason blondes have more fun. That's her tagline. So anyway.
Oh, I thought it was best chest in the Midwest.
She has multiple taglines.
Yeah. All right.
See, that's my mistake. I've only ever had the one, but I need to like get a couple in there. But anyway.
Legs for days and beguiling waves.
Actually, fiery glitter queer. That's something I've been. Something I've been. Yeah, I've been putting that in there since the beginning, and I still do. So, I guess.
Oh, I don't know if I've heard that. I was probably had too many vodkas at Wall Street. I like that.
Girl, it happens. But yeah. Anyway, so she was doing Cherie's hair for years, and then I went to her and I said, Listen, I know this is kind of a long shot, but like I just really want like a lavender bowl cut, like Robin from 2011, and she was like, "I've been waiting for this moment." She is,
That's like she's like,
yeah.
ah,
She
yeah,
not only is she good at color, she's good at precision cuts. And if you know
yeah,
anything about like fashion color and like, you know, unusual hairstyles, it's really special to get the two of those in one person.
yeah, 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 for
So,
sure.
yeah, and we've been through different, now we're doing sort of like a Maria Von Trapp page boy. Last time I
I
went
love
in,
that.
I was with Cherie, we were getting her hair done together, and Cherie said, "So you know me, I really want like I want the color to be Marilyn Monroe and I want the cut to be Bridget Bardot." And I said, first of all, that's fabulous, and second of all, I want my hair to be Maria Von Trapp meets Kess from Star Trek Voyager.
That's just like cool.
And I think that says a lot about both of us.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that journey for you.
You like Star Trek Voyager?
I don't, but I love Robin. Okay, Angie Healy, who if you're in the Midwest, if she ever comes through your town or city or thoroughfare,
Yes.
please go see her. She's hilarious.
Speaking of personal style.
Oh, fabulous personal style.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Mm.
Fabulous. She has a joke about Robin's dancing on my own.
Oh, yeah?
And it is the funniest joke. So everyone has to go re-listen to Dancing on Your Own or Dancing on My Own or whatever it is. Dancing on My Own.
It gives me so many gay feelings.
And think about it as Robin is a ghost who doesn't know she's a ghost.
Oh, that's sad.
And she's like, I'm in the car now, watching you kiss her. Ooh. And she does the whole thing about how those are her ghost noises.
That's so
And
funny.
it's like so accurate.
Yes.
So go listen to Dancing on My Own and rethink it as Robin as being a ghost who doesn't know she's a ghost, and like watching her person kiss someone else and being like devastated but being dead.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Let's talk about personal style evolutions, and I wanna kick that off just a moment to talk about a story, a brief story, and then I wanna ask you about your personal style evolution. So, girl, one time in 2015 at Trauma Columbus, Halloween fetish themed Halloween ball, I was there in a little gold and black corset and some like nasty like textured fishnets and like, you know, thigh-high boots, and like it was the last time I had lavender hair. But it was kind of like if Harry Potter, before he cut his hair in like Half-Blood Prince, like just the shapeless brown mass of hair, but dyed lavender. That's what I had.
Okay.
Still wireframe glasses, by the way. So I saw someone from high school at Trauma, and it was someone that by the way, you know how you like see somebody in high school that you were attracted to? This was not that. This was someone that I was around in drama club, but I was not necessarily attracted to. And we saw each other, and he came up and he gave me like the down up kind of thing, and he was like, "Wow, it's great to see you again." And I was like, "Is it? Is it good to see me again?" And that's when I knew we had arrived. I knew we were going in the right direction. I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the gold and black color story. I don't know if it's the corset. I don't know if it's the lavender. But something needs to be part of the core brand. So we had some discussions with marketing, and this is where we landed. What do you think?
Honestly, 10 out of 10, no notes.
So, girl, tell me about your style evolution.
Girl, you know, I've really evolved from like a black tank top to a black t-shirt. And now I wear more black. Like
I've seen your spaghetti strap crop top. I think that's like...
I do like the spaghetti strap.
That's delicious.
Spaghetti strap crop top. But you know, here's the thing I will say. I and I think I've talked about this before, but like, you know, I was raised with very modest fashion, you know, restrictions. So like but here's the thing. It was also like, don't show your midriff because you'd be a slut, which is super like terrible to be raised around. Because like I had the misogynistic energy in my whole life.
Yeah, of course.
That I'm still undoing. And then the second piece was like, you also can't because you're too fat, right? So there's twofold, right? So like, it's unraveling the internalized like misogyny. and like sexism around like the Madonna whore complex and all of that. And then it's also like unraveling, like that's not why we wear clothes. Like we wear clothes to make ourselves feel good and to stay warm or to stay cool or to stay dry or to get wet or whatever it is, right? So it was just kind of like undoing that and still being undone.
Yeah.
But oh my God, one of the things that's been really hard is I have an event coming up in 2 months and I have to wear a lot of white.
Oh, I was like, what is it?
So I was like, I'm going to go try on like white bathing suits. But if you know my color, which is white.
Is that a thing?
I am.
Is that a thing? Wearing white bathing suits?
Bridal weekend, the bride will be in white, like most of the time.
Okay. But that's a thing?
Yeah, like light colors.
I thought it was just the dress, girl. I don't know anything.
Well, I mean, it is the dress, but like if you're gonna wear a white sundress, like this is the weekend to do it, right?
Sure.
Like it's kind of like that, right?
All right.
So whatever. But like I was like, I'm gonna try on like a white bathing suit. Like I've always kind of wanted a white bathing suit, and I was always like, you know what I mean? Like wear black, it's slimming, and you're in a bathing suit, so just wear black. It's slimming. It's you know.
Yeah, I do. So. You know what? I didn't get a lot of body image issues from my family, which I guess thanks family. I got it from the gay community. I did. I'm not kidding. I'm 100%
First of all,
serious.
Almost did a spit take with my last sip of Pinot Noir, but second, you're welcome.
Yes. But girl, I mean, when you are a young little 18-year-old twinkish coming on the scene at Union, I remember there's a statement that really stuck with me. There are two. The first one was when I was first starting to perform, and as you know, that was the same time I was coming out as trans, and a queen said to me, wow, I can see your stubble. You need to get like laser hair removal. That really stuck with me. That was tough to hear. And then I got it, and I was like, okay, now I feel great. But I sometimes I wonder if the baggage that I had was because of the feedback that I got that sort of like, it cuts deep, you know what I mean? And then I had a guy tell me once something like, if you just did a few sit-ups every day, you would look perfect. Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad. So, just PSA to everyone out there, if you have the thought to say something like that to someone else and you think it's going to be encouraging, I just want you to know that person will obsess over that remark that you made every time they look at themselves in the mirror for the rest of their lives. So maybe don't.
It's like that flow chart. Should you come on someone's body?
Yeah. No. And every line goes to no. There's multiple lines, and some of them are doing curly cues, and they all end up in no.
They all go to no.
Yeah.
But I do think, it has been an evolution. Like, I think, relinquishing and releasing the need for me to be whatever that is, like, especially because I'm femme presenting queer, like, I remember being very much like, am I showing I'm queer? Like, I love heels. And I love all these things, and I wear them every day, and I'm like, oh my God, but no one's going to know I'm gay. So it was an interesting thing where I was like, in the hyper heteronormative culture we're already in, and it's so gendered, like, will anyone know? And then I open my mouth and I sound like B. Arthur after a pack of Marb Reds, so everybody fucking knows.
You and I have that in common.
Yeah. I think it's like, there's so much that in the queer community that fashion also like denotes and signals on top of everything else, which is probably a whole other episode because I know we're getting to time. But I think that's a piece of it too, right? It's like my identity has swung from like butch to femme to everything in between, and I've kind of settled in a beautiful way in a higher femme space than I anticipated. Like I've never worn nail polish regularly or these other things that are like super easy, approachable femme bastions. Like they buttress what femme is for so many people.
Yeah.
But I'm still never getting fake nails. I'm drawing a line there. But like, what is finding that and how fashion is tied into it is like it is so personal.
Yeah. Well, you know, I love the complexity. I embrace the complexity, especially being non-binary. There are a lot of pieces of myself. I workshopped my gender on stage, getting naked in front of people.
Oh my God.
And that's not...
Yeah, you chose quite the focus group.
I did. And that's not therapeutic for everyone, but it certainly was therapeutic for me. I just want you to know. And there are pieces of me that feel underrepresented at some points. Like, I don't look at my past as a little gay twink and think like, oh, that's dead. I never want, like, that's something I carry with me, and it's something I celebrate. But as I've gotten a little bit farther into my 30s, I have the one shirt that you know, if anyone else has this, I see you. There's that one piece of clothing that represents an aspect of your presentation that you're not quite ready to let go of. And I have that one shirt that's like, it's all black, but the trim and the pocket and like the epaulettes are this like floral, black and floral pattern.
I know exactly what shirt you're talking about.
It's the gayest shirt you've ever seen from the year 2014.
Yeah.
And I had it, I when I took a sewing class, I had it like fitted to my body, and I gave it more of a flare at the hips, because like when I wore that shirt, I felt like the most perfect blend of masculinity and femininity for me. But that shirt doesn't fit anymore because I have some more breasts in the front. And I look at that shirt every once in a while, and I'm like, it's a complicated conversation with yourself when you're like, do I let that part of myself go? Do I have to let that part of myself go? Simply because I have more flesh on the front of my body. Yeah. And I don't know the answer to that question, Brooke, but we're still thinking about it.
Also, you don't lose that part of you if you throw out the shirt, but it also feels like a mourning.
Yeah. It's a mourning, but also it's not agony. You know what I mean? Like,
it's also kind of a triumph. I mean,
yeah.
You took it in and you did all this stuff, right, to kind of be you and to have it represent you, and you are you.
Yeah.
And you found your path, you know?
Being trans is kind of like Pokemon evolutions. Like, you still have aspects of I know this is super nerdy, so just, like, go with me on this, Brooke. You have some aspects and characteristics and, like, visual continuity with your prior evolution stage, but you're changing, and that's okay. And I think that's one of the gifts that trans people show, like, that trans people illustrate to the human experience overall, is that we're meant to change. And we're meant to keep changing. And, like, if you hold on to the past, it's just going to make you miserable. You know, I don't know how to darn lace gloves, but I need to figure out how to do that.
You can't hold on to the past, it'll make you miserable. You heard it here first on The Dish. You can hear it every Thursday, Tuesday, and sometimes Thursday.
Sometimes Thursday.
He is risen. Happy Easter week, y'all. I hope you spent 4 hours at Catholic Church on Palm Sunday. Learning. I literally would spend every Palm Sunday in the church for 4 hours. I hope you had the chance to not do that and take care of your family and your lives. We love you here on Cover Dish. Come back every Tuesday. Like us on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Subscribe to our channel so Eileen can get her 2038 wish.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of getting a unique address, whatever thing.
A custom URL. Oh my God. You're canceled.
A unique address.
Canceled. Oh.
I'm out of line, which means we're done here.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in later, you can still comment. We'd love to hear from our later viewers. We know you're out there. But we love you all collectively and individually. Have a good night.
Yeah. I just want to add one more thing, Brooke, which is that I'm not a regular churchgoer, but you are one of 2 people on this earth that if you asked me to go to church with you, I would go.
Girl, thank you. I never will, and that's why.
That's why we love each other. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.